Testing. Cool. Very cool. Cool. Okay. Subtitles is still kind of insane. Okay, where's my pen? Very good. Pen. Where is it? This one. More flowers. Let's go. Let me check my reference. Too big on which side? どれもいい。Wait. Just double check. Hello, Silver. Just another day, another grind. How are you doing? That's good, that's good. Another ordinary day is another good day. Ordinary is good. Sketchbook will have another one, find one for scratch paper. Cool. Clean your hair? Is that like a thing you do outdoors? Like you find someone to clean your hair? Is that what? Hello, the virus. Just need to trickle some lines here and there for the top part. Yeah. ヤッハロヤッハロは聞いたことないかも。もうヤッハロです。おはようございます。 I'm actually going to do that. Yeah, I had to do something yesterday again. Oh wow, okay. That sounds very fancy. Never heard of it. Hmm. Drawing full petals here actually is to my detriment. I kind of actually need to make shapes that don't really make sense, just to give the illusion and balance out the texture details. If not, it'll be too detailed here too. Ah, これぐらいでいいでしょう。 our resources. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Indeed. Need to get back to doing clothing soon. Need to wrap this up as soon as possible. Ugh. Ugh. Super sleepy time. Yay. Oh, it's so. Yeah. We got comboed. Got super comboed. Destroyed. I saw the word 7 and I thought you were talking about Genshin. Mayhaps. Really do need a yawn counter. Running for Bennett, trying to get flowers. It was very nice. Damn, flowers on the dining table. Rip. Yeah, my computer desk. A gamer desk. You're maintaining too much form over here, Pilon. Some of these shouldn't exist. I still don't got damn hands. I'm gonna have to call it. And just choose one. Yeah, I think we have too much on the flower side, but I'd rather have more now before I go into other rendering. I think it's easier to remove later than to add it back. So I went a little bit overboard. Oh, I see. Yeah, there's a lot of new things here for me, especially the flowers. Gonna see how far I can bring it. Where's to dry the battery? Yeah, that's good news at least. Oh, oh. Oh wait, the character wears gloves. I don't need to draw nails. Oh shit. I'm using keyboard for Control T mostly. Oh yeah, no, it's because my keyboard is not very accessible. I don't have a lot of desk space. My tablet is in front of my keyboard. And as you guys probably already know, my tablet is very, very delicately balanced. So I cannot move very freely. It's a little bit tricky, but I've learned to get used to it. There's like so my tablet has a wire coming out the left side, right in the middle of the tablet, and just below that wire is just enough space for me to slot my arm through so that my left hand can get to the keyboard. And then my right hand's on my mouse and slash or the tablet hotkeys, and then my left hand is on the keyboard and the pen. No, I have it like this because the buttons on this tablet only exist on one side, and I need my offhand to be able to click those buttons. That's why I have the wire coming out on the left side, which is where the buttons are not. If that makes sense. I can do a quick sketch. So my view looks like this. This is my tablet. This is the screen. There's like some buttons here. It's like a round selector thing, and then it's like two sets of buttons, up, and bottom. The buttons, so this is my undo. This is the C button for switching between like the primary and the transparency. Then the round thing is just like flip left and right. Just that flips and tilts. So like I can tilt it, but I don't really tilt it so much nowadays. Because I will just press shift on my tablet pen, and then I will use my mouse directly. And then the buttons on top are not used. These are not used. And then there's this wire here that goes out. And then my keyboard is right behind this, so I cannot even see my keyboard. So I have to go by just muscle memory of where the keys are. And then my mouse is over here. At least my mouse is wireless, but yeah. And then my arm just have just enough space to slot underneath here. How do you draw a hand again? Maybe like something like this, and then my arm is like this, and then my other hand is like this. Yeah. Yes, I'm left-handed. So I always draw curves like this rather than like this. Not so much this. Actually, oh, I can draw curves like this too, apparently. But mostly draw them like this. I remember someone discovered that I was left-handed. Like, wait, why am I flipped upside down? I didn't. What? When did I flip my canvas upside down? What in the world? I didn't even realize. But yeah, like 4 streams in, someone asked if I was left-handed because they saw the way I drew the curves, I think. And I always tilt the canvas to draw curves that one specific way. So it's very observant of them. Yes, yes. There's some benefits to being a lefty, which I think is kind of interesting because I have my right hand on the mouse all the time. And then, so I don't pan around. I think I had this conversation before. But I think a lot of people, they would press like spacebar or something, and then you will grab and pan around like this. But I'm very used to zooming out and then zooming back into the area that I want to see. Can you try tilting a keyboard so you can access the bottom row easier? The bottom row. No, the bottom row is not difficult to access. It's just that the hand that touches the keyboard itself is my hand that's drawing. So, you know, if I'm trying to get to the pen tool or the brush tool, either I have to disengage my drawing hand from the tablet to click the keyboard, or I have to disengage the drawing hand to go tap the actual icons here. So in the end, it makes no difference. I think that's how it ends up. I don't like how squishy the fingers are. 85%? Oh, you mean the keyboard? I think this is a full keyboard. I have the number pad thingy. It's a very cheap keyboard though. Nah, I just got this from my company. They let us, like, you know, get a couple of keyboards for our workspace. It's like a $10 keyboard. The keys aren't even raised like properly. I used to have a nice mechanical keyboard before I moved, and then now I just use like cheap $10 keyboards, which isn't that bad. It's just I can't feel the keys when you're trying to type blind. Sometimes you want to feel the keys. Can't feel the keys, and I get the wrong keys. But other than that, I don't really mind it. It's pretty cool, pretty nice. It's not as bad as a membrane. Is that what this called though? I remember back then there was like this keyboard where you can roll it up because it's the entire thing is like a flexible piece of plastic and like it sort of feels like rubber. And that was like some really cool gimmick shit thing that I remember I tried to use, and then like even after 2 minutes I realized it's too difficult to press the keys. And I never used it ever again. Mechanical keyboard might be nice. Maybe you'll get one. I don't know, like I don't know if that will provide that much value for me personally. Like this workflow is quite ingrained. I mean, I think it's worth a try if it helps to speed up the workflow, but currently most of the delays happen at, you know, a lack of skill in terms of I don't know what I want to draw, I don't know how to draw it. That I don't think getting access to hotkeys a little bit easier is gonna change too much at the moment. I'm gonna make a copy of this and then revert. Yeah, but there's but Naruto had to spend time to learn the shadow clones. I don't know if I want to. Okay, what would I use it for? I would use it for just switching between tools, I guess. That would be the main thing. So yeah, if that one thing that I buy is able to replace the functionality of a mouse, then I think it's worth it. Because my mouse is a very big part of the workflow. Sometimes I use my right hand and the mouse to do selections and stuff. Oh my god, this hand is kind of bad, but I think I can redraw it later. Doesn't look very feminine. It's kind of poopy. Yeah, flipping canvas and stuff like that. Yeah, flipping canvas. And okay, I do have a hotkey. I feel like I haven't used this in a really long time, it feels like. Nowadays I just tap this. It's actually not that much slower though, just tapping tools. Yeah, sharper fingers. Yeah, I definitely feel like the fingers are kind of stumpy. But that's a limit, I think. I think I'm gonna have to move on, regardless of how good it is, how bad it is, rather. I need to start lining, or we can't finish what we set out to do today. Can't be stuck at this for too long. Sorry, on this. What I got? Hello, Walnut. Hello. Welcome. Out was a color picker. Yes. kind of have a habit of using right mouse click to pick colors just because my hands is on the mouse so much. But my tablet pen has like 2 buttons, and one of it is oh, never mind. Actually, never mind. One of it is for selection, one of it is deselection. Remembering hex codes, bro. Dang, I've never once tried remembering hex code. Okay, that's not true. But what is this? Oh, that's the floating mouth. I kind of want to fix the face shape a little bit more. Where's the monster? Let me find the other reference. I forgot where I put it again. Every time. Stream, graph, loading. Was it clothing? Alright, gamers, rise up. You're right, actually. You are absolutely right. That makes much more sense. Like, you have one hand on the tablet that's always ready to draw. You have one hand on the keyboard that's going to, you know, if you want to pen around, you press the spacebar. You want to pick color, you press Alt. You want to change tools, you just press. Yeah, that makes so much more sense. And that will work very well if my tablet doesn't fall off unless I keep both hands on it. So, yeah, it's it's a bit of a problem here. Such a janky ass setup. If my hand isn't both on the tablet, I cannot draw because the moment I apply pressure, it starts to rotate, and then it will slip, and then the counter will have to go up. Yeah. There's so much quality of life stuff that can be changed. Honestly, I'm just in this terrible state for too long that I got too used to this. Good evening, Joltwa Rias? Probably Rias, right? Rub one out in the middle of the painting? In the middle of the stream? I'm not ready to become a legend like that just yet. Not yet. I might save it for a bigger occasion. Yes, thank you, DTV. Thank you for teaching me how to pronounce that name. Not auto archive. Wait, it's auto archiving? Okay, that's probably a setting. What does archiving do? Does it make it inaccessible? 6 other active threads, older threads. You cannot? Oh. Oh, does it just make it impossible for people to post after a while? Is that what's happening? Dang, dude. The Discord is jank. You can't have the thread permanent. Oh. Oh, active visibility until you can post in there. Like, can they find it at the very top with like the thread icon? Like, is this not something you guys can do like up here? And then get to other ones below. Oh, they aren't disabled. Yeah, I can actively reopen everything or something. I don't know. Okay. As long as it's still accessible, but they won't see it in the channel list. At the side, right? I don't know. Not that bad, right? Just going up there to clickety-click. Clickety-click. Anyways, I really like the face proportion of Monster. I'm just gonna borrow a little bit. Something feels weird. Why is it so weird? Where's my hair? Remove the hair. Shaved. Oops. Yeah, the side of your head is odd. Which side? I flipped a few times now. I don't know which side you're referring to. If it is, I can't see it. Away from cheek. Oh, this side. I always end up squishing it like that. I think that's like usually one more angle here, but it's fine. We just cover it up with the hair. Is it covered? It's not covered because of the wind. Oh shit. Okay, I cannot see it. This part usually I cover with the hair. Because I always feel like something's weird, but I never figure out why. Anyways. Imagine, erase it. No, this is what I imagine it would look like though. As someone who didn't learn anatomy properly, like I've always done it like this. I don't know how else to do it. Skill issue, skill issue. This is a very big skill issue. Can't cover. I mean, like, I'm covering it. Oh, what's... Do you think that the whole thing is kind of slanted? でも見えないんだけどな。見えないんだけど見えないならどうする Is it translating this? It's translating half of it. And subtitling the other half. We can still fix some stuff like the mouth and stuff later. I just want to start lining. It's gonna take some time before the hand warms up to all the lines. And if things are on different layers, we can still magic our way through. So let me just collect everything that I need here. I don't think I need this. No, like this is not, this translation thing is a plugin for OBS. It's a plugin to my ops. Naruhoho. Yes, yes, very good. Good, good. Is this the other hand? Okay. Yoink, 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 yoink. All of you guys get promoted. Wait. 1, 2, 3. You guys need to get shifted up, up, and away. Everything else get dumped into one folder and I'll never see them ever again. Sayonara. Yoink. Actually, maybe I should keep a copy just in case. Is my mic very soft? Come on. Oh, wait. What am I doing? Oh, this thing. I like to imagine that the stuff that you guys can't hear is stuff that you guys are not supposed to hear. Maybe, maybe not. There's a lot of mumbling though. I have to talk to myself to keep the brain going. If not, it's a problem. Oh, that's good, but also not good. It's pretty balanced today. Oh no. But I have been leaving it out pretty loud for the first few sets of stream, first few weeks for sure. My PC is 24 normally because that's a 60. I have to turn up 40. So that's like overall stream is kind of soft then, right? I'm following like the so-called like good guidelines where when you speak, you're supposed to keep your like the decibel thing, the loudness thing at the yellow thingy, and not let it go into the red. But I guess I'm leaning kind of into, but there's like difference between like the loud part and the soft part, so. Oh, interesting. You guys share the same number. My PC is always like near 100 for some reason. Ma, これぐらいじゃないかな? The white part is supposed to go out. Oh. Oh, my speakers tend to be at like 100, and then my headphones, if I use my headphones, it's usually softer. Like right now with my headset on, it's like 70. Dang, so my streams are just generally softer. I wonder how that works. That's interesting. It's not very apparent to me how else to make myself louder without just start blowing out the mic. Okay, here we go. Maybe there's more setting on the OBS site or YouTube's. I'm gonna lock down opacity for the pen. Okay. It's just the... Oh, sorry, the reference is probably blocking. I mean, Clip Studio has this thing where it turns everything blue over here. This one button at the side. I don't know what's this called. Change layer color is it's called. Thanks, Clip Studio. That's interesting. But at the bottom, yeah, you can change the color and make it more blue if you want. Oh yeah, I turned down the transparency. I need to warm up my hands so I can draw some lines properly. But I need to free up the part of my brain. If not, I guess locked in to the individual lines instead of the overall thing. Oh, this is kind of dubious though. How should I do this? I need target and then I need to move on to the target. Okay. I'm gonna do a no-no and start tracing someone else's art just to warm up my hand real quick. I'm gonna drop the source in the chat. And obviously won't be using this in any way, shape, or form. It's just really just to warm up the hand. I just need a target, and then I need to force myself to hit the target many times here. So I need to check the weight of the lines and stuff. It's kind of thick, so am I not going minimum? I don't know how tight to keep the lines this time. I also need to get my quality control, which will be keyed. Which will be keyed. I just need to grab their Twitter real quick. Man, everyone's drawing monster. Very nice, very nice. Is this the thing I'll use? Sure, why not? I'm not even going that far anyways today. I'm just gonna dump a bunch of reference here. Damn, their output is insane. Like, they have so many new illustrations ever since we did the hair stuff. Actually, this is a bit, useful. Fully render is a bit hard to see the lines. I don't want to see the lines. It's not necessarily the cleanest, but that's fine. This is just the quality control. Why is my stabilization at 7 according to this pen? Do not know what that is like, but it's always been a 7, I think. Ever since I started using the software, I've never changed it. I remember I was using Paint 2 Psy. I changed it quite a bit, just as depending on what I was trying to do. It was like either 15 or it was like 7 or something. And I think 16 was the max. I think I always have problem with lining because I always doubt whether if I want to trace that same line. And then once I start thinking about the shapes of the forms again, then I can't focus on the line itself. And it's kind of wobbly. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Should be fine. I'm not going for something too insane here. But I also do not feel the intentions behind my lines. That's also a little bit tricky. Stabilization for me is written in the tools here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I think you guys can just barely see it. If you open up the subtool menu, it should be somewhere here. I think, let me find it. Wait, where is stabilization actually? Oh, correcting. So subtool, correction, stabilization. And there's this stabilization setting here. Oh, you don't have too much control. Yes, yes. If you check this box with the eyeball here, then it will change whether if it's being shown on the outside, so you can access it more easily. I've never changed stabilization before though. Yeah, Hefty one big stroke, as in like, I don't know. Yeah, if it's too long, usually I just kind of have to join it in the middle. Not fast. Like, I guess it's like a very tricky sort of long curve thing. You can't really go fast for it. Ah, I see. I gotta go fast. Chin is too sharp. Ah, 後で調整しようか。No, that's all good. I don't think I have ever need to change my stabilization anyways. I'm very used to how it works, and it's never caused any problems. This looks so bony. Stubble. I don't know why it never occurred to me that I can change stabilization. I always felt like if I can't draw the line, I just draw it a few more times until I get it. Which takes a lot of time. I don't know what I want to do with the eye rendering for now. I'm just gonna shade it in. And deal with it later. Did you find it, Kirio? Yeah. For sure, for sure. For sure. I do have to keep eyes on a separate layer regardless though. Wait, this is not the right tone, is it? Never did double check this. なるほどね。やる。これ違うだな。This is one, this is face, no, this is eye. Anything special that we need to take note of? Not that I know of. But you can't find access to the subtool setting? Do you not have this spanner button here at the bottom? Anyways, hopefully DTB can help you out. 寝てる。寝てる。はあはあ。 Clip Studio free version. They have a free version? Did not know they have a free version. I guess it's the demo. Which one is better? Never quite sequenced this properly though. Clip Studio debut. That's a creative name. Let's set the sequence here. I'm getting into trouble. Control check. Corona.何しとんねん。ESD. I come back and sequence the eyes more, but too thick. Well, oh, guess I need this. It's still not hitting the mark for me. But it's okay. For now. Some of these issues takes time to boil out, which is why it's good to finish the lines today and have it simmer over the week. Okay. We stand on this. What is this? I made this empty layer for. Anyways, here, I guess. I'm not gonna be too particular with the lines then. Just gonna go free with my hand. So you're trying to keep in mind like the ass stuff. Trying to keep the forms as long as possible. They can flow as long as possible. Okay, that should be fine. I don't think we're off. Yeah, stuff like hair is like the more you care about the thing too much, the harder it is to get it right. Oh, hello, Milkshake. Welcome. Oh, right, great. My pen disconnected from my tablet. 1 second here. This happens once in a while. I think when the connector to the tablet loosens up a little bit, it would break some stuff. It's like a 50-50 between it not detecting my pen or it decided that there's no more pressure sensitivity. It just goes. Yes, Milkshake. The flowers are done, as you can see. They're awaiting us drawing them again for the final set of lines. So right now I'm in the line art stage, and hopefully today we can get through all, if not most, of the line art, so we can get ready to render as we get closer and closer to Friday with our date with Mia. Come on. Yes, let's go. Let's go. What's happening in this corner here? What do I plan for that? Okay, I need to get rid of this. What's happening here? Oh, the thing is a lot thicker than I did it here, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, second round of flowers is it's kind of dubious because I don't know how much I want to ink it, how much I want to draw. Oh, this I'm just gonna leave ambiguous. Don't have to define everything here. I don't really like these forms here. I never like it when there's like this gap at the top. Okay, let's leave clothing separate because I need to form up that way too. Wait, why am I on a new layer again? Okay, I made a new layer to draw this group in the middle so I can erase this part a little bit easier. Then I forgot to do that for that one part, and I did everything else on this new layer. Doesn't really need to be on this new layer. Goddamn, 2000 IQ. Also, I don't like using vector layers. That's why I'm not using vector layers. If not, this is what the vector layer is made for. Shit, I kind of forgot what the plan is here. It is kind of messy, so I'm gonna have to turn up just the hairlines. Yes, I said vector layer, and I also said how I'm not gonna use it. So I think it's like I'm trying to start a fight with you. Oh wow. I've used vector layers before. It's kind of I feel like it's kind of it's definitely very useful in certain situations, but I forgot why I don't like it. And now I just don't want to use it. Because I'm stubborn like that. And why didn't I like it actually? I'm trying to embrace the chaos here and just let my hand flow. Where is this hair going? But the hand's definitely gonna block it, so I'm not gonna care. Or you can simply like something just because without truly knowing the answer itself. What? Um hmm. Hmm. Let me hit this curve. Get it. I missed a little check. Oh, これがいいか。Alright, what is going on up here? The original hair is just one group that comes down. I do have to split it. Splittad? Overlaps of time. I'm just gonna push. Okay. Oh, actually, this line cannot exist. I can control it more. Wait, what is a parasol? Is it an umbrella? Umbrella. Ella. Under my Ella. A. Under my Ella. A. Is it elegant? Like, honestly, throughout this entire process, I'm constantly shutting down that part that is evaluating it because it's reporting shapes that I don't like. My brain is constantly reporting that I don't like this bundle of hair going to the other bundle of hair and just seemingly disappears. And blah 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 blah. But I do have a bit of a timeline. That look interesting there is that the line that suggests side hair and front hair overlapping. Oh, I wonder which line that would be. Not my brain is very noisy when it comes to reporting forms that I don't like. Should I say that it's very good at doing that? Actually, these guys are a little bit jank. Maybe we can afford something like that. I don't have a lot of wavering stuff. Yes, these voices, they are in the room right now. breaks the thing too much. I actually need to see what's going on with the back. Let's do the back real quick. This is also on its own layer anyway, so not a problem. So actually no, let's just keep it at 31. What I got? 2. Alright, I'm gonna go to the washroom and wash the room, and then I'll be right back. It's the room where the washing happens. I don't know. What's the difference between bathroom and the loo? Oh, the laundry. Yes, the laundry room. That's where I keep my water. Oh, crap. Me and I net. I'm hoarding water. Hoard. I saw like this tweet that there's a bunch of Japanese people that's trying to fill up their entire bathroom with water. Because Japanese bathroom has the door that seals up pretty tightly. So they just sealed it up and then try to fill the whole thing with water. They wanted to fill it all the way to the top, like to the ceiling. And they were gonna open the open up like the thing. They have like a hole in the ceiling for maintenance and stuff like that. So they're gonna open that up but I no, it's just for a YouTube video. And I only saw the short that they posted on Twitter, which did not include any of this filling up the room with water activity. But now I'm very invested. That's a lie, I'm not that invested. Because I clearly forgot about it until right now. Yeah, I don't like these shapes at all. It's kind of okay though. If there's enough of them. Just need to commit harder. The less is more thing is like so true, but it's very hard to appreciate it until I've truly did the too much part, and then I learned to hold back, and then get to that less is more part. I think like getting to something like that just right off the bat is very hard. I feel like it's easier to do too much and realize it's too much and try to go backwards. For myself. Yeah, I definitely feel like I need to do like the thing that is not supposed to be done and then see why it fails and then learn to not do it. Hands-on learner. Yes, what are boobs? Please, I'm a hands-on learner. Yeah, so much easier just to do it. Like Japanese, just jump in and be like, hello, how are you doing today? Understand fuck all, and then like, oh yes, you too, thank you. Let's borrow some shapes from Ask. You guys cannot see it. Now you can. Yes, please, by all means. Thanks for dropping by the TV. We'll see you around. Oh, wait a second. The hand is here. If the hand is here, we might want to not cover it up with hair because the background... We might want the background to just be sky. So we can set up the contrast. The back hair, I'm intending to make it a lot brighter. So it's gonna fade as it goes down as well. Which does imply that I can kind of do whatever I want because it's gonna be bright either way. But it will never be as bright as the sky. So maybe I should just clear out the space for the hand here. And then we'll try to keep things above instead of below. There's so much to like all these sort of nonsense. I don't know if you call it optimization, but it's just like composition stuff. That once again is one of those like where if you do it and then you fail, you realize, oh, this is not that great because of blah blah blah. And hopefully you remember for next time and stuff like that. Because of XYZ. Yeah, like after clothing, the intention is to be very like yeah, it's so hard. Actually, after clothing, we'll go back to line art and only line art. And then go slower this time. We'll only do original stuff as much as possible, I think. Beyond like grabbing poses and stuff, you do original stuff. What does that mean? I guess it doesn't mean that we have to do original character. It just means that we have to come out with an illustration and bring it to completion. that would fix the workflow stuff that we are not sure of. That would, yeah. Yeah, definitely better shapes. After all these time, I finally started to identify the problem properly. Better shapes. Yeah, it's at 50-50 too. It's not very good. The bonus is that all the bad stuff, like all the hair stuff that I don't really know what I'm doing with, it's not the focal. We can tone it down as much as we can, as long as people know that it's there. Need some variation. No, I do not actually. I need maybe clarity here too. That's also fine. So let's just end off this and call it a day for the back hair too. It's not a good way to end this quick, huh? I dragged it down too far. I don't really need any other element here. I don't know if I even want this one here. Can I take it out? Yeah, we're gonna be muting this for sure. I want to mute the hair. Not that much, but we do need to mute it. Oh shit! I thought I turned off opacity. Hopefully that's not gonna be a problem, but kind of late now. 何がいいんだろうこれ。Yeah, I wasn't gonna have any play with the opacity. It's just gonna be 100%. Doesn't look like it affected us too much. Oh, it's definitely here then. Yeah, it's definitely floaty. Why did I not notice this before? I guess I'm very used to seeing it. A bit of cleanup here. That's somehow. OBS is poo poo. Oh my god. Subtitle turned into Winnie the Pooh. That's not what I meant. I'm thinking it's the translator, I think. Might be eating up too much memory. Or should I say that Chrome is probably eating up too much memory? Oh, also, I forgot to start my time lapse again. Come on. This part is very messy. Okay, that ought to do it. Yep, a lot of tabs, but not as much as as previous streams. So that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, now that these guys are done, let's put them back. So this is what we have at the moment. Yes, as long as we don't crash 5 more times. We are not even the worst. Not even anywhere. Well, it's pretty close to the worst. I guess it's the second or third worst. But they crashed once before. So Yeah, it's a bit preemptive to add those strands of hair. So this is back hair. I guess we don't need these anymore. And this is our earlier trace. This should just be dumped at the bottom. So Clip Studio is pretty good with the auto saving, but what crashed was OBS. So it didn't affect the Clip Studio at all. But you are right, I have picked the power socket off my wall before, like 2 times now, at least, on stream. So it is very important that it auto saves properly. And at the very least, it does appear that Clip Studio is doing a pretty good job with that. Because both times we did manage to recover. Yeah, the power socket, oh my god. That I have also did some fixes, but my legs are kind of long, so if I stretch them out, I will touch the socket, which is kind of sketchy in and of itself. But I'll come back. Something feels off. First setting, getting warning for too thick of a lines. 인제네別に. Oh. Hello, Mizukine. Cactus. Oh my god, cactus. Oh yes, actually that reminds me, Walnut. I was thinking about the whole weekly thing. And I do like some of the ideas, especially the one where we build towards a final illustration. I think that's very cool. Oh, hello, Golda. Oh, thank you, Mizukine. Thank you very much. But sorry, just going back to the thought on the weekly. I've been trying to think, like, it's not like we have to set ourselves apart from what Pluvium is doing. It's just that if we are going to do it, I do think it should be a little bit more, you know, suited towards anime art, like sort of what you originally mentioned. And I've been trying to think, because if we just kind of go anything related to anime art, that will work as well. But weekly sounds something like a grind. It really does feel like it's everybody do this every week, but it may be boring, it may not be what you want to do, but at the very least we make some progress towards our goal, which is presumably drawing anime art, right? So if it's too creative, that does train the creative side, but it makes it harder for people to maybe get more feedback from each other, because creativity is not something that's very easily commented upon. So then I thought about, like, what is it that's different about anime and you know, what Pluvium is doing. In which case I arrived to the conclusion, you know, for example, stuff like expressions, right? Anime will have a lot more exaggerated expressions. There's a lot more unique representation of certain expressions, and I've always struggled with those. So now if the weekly is encouraging everyone to draw a bunch of those expressions, now people are you know, you get to see a bunch of different expressions with different characters and different people's way of differently expressing it as well. And then everyone's working towards that one goal of sort of getting better at anime art. So if you can find more stuff like that, I think that's a great direction. At least personally, that's what weeklies felt to me. And the reason why I want to bring this up now is I'm just curious if this makes sense, because originally when you brought up the idea of doing the weekly, I remember you said that you know, we can do more anime related stuff. And that was also like all the other suggestions that you guys have is also related too. So that's fine too. Yeah, the weekly thing. What else? What kind of other skills do we need to animate proportion stuff too? I think if we can have like a human reference, for example, and everyone tries to put it into some kind of a anime proportion that they like, that might be interesting as well. Still kind of trying to work out if I can. Also, I need to play with the line weight a little bit more. This is a very boring. Need to be a little bit more aware of this. Yeah, ideally it'll be something that I can also join in. So there is now more incentive for people to try and get together. Adding a crack, making them deformed. Yeah, actually, yeah. So the biggest difference between what Pluvium's doing and anime art would just be that stylization process, that process of simplification. And that is a very hard process to go through because I struggle with it a lot as well. And that's where all the studies come in. So that makes sense. So if we have a study, say for example, of Keed, and because I like his hairstyle or something, we can study that part. Then we can also put out a human reference with hair or something. Then they can be like, oh, let's try to transfer this stylization, the simplification done by Keed onto this specific reference photo. You have to line art and Psy and switch to CSP. What's so special about the line art and Psy? Please share with us your knowledge. Give knowledge. Give please. I haven't used Psy in so long. Is it like something super nice to use? The brush in question? Oh, interesting. Because I mostly heard people about using Psy for like was it painting and blending colors? First time I've heard people use it just for the line art. And and switch to CSP for the rendering. You know. Very cool. Everyone has their own preferences and stuff. One way of study really understand the subject. Ready next week about making mode do the same thing in a large volume. Yeah, there's a lot of great ideas. And we should definitely do like them in rotation and stuff like that. Just wondering if there's more stuff that we need to think about. Rather than just sorting it out and just seeing where it goes. Starting adjusting things. That is also definitely true. My problem is I tend to overthink a lot. But yeah. Is there anything specific we want to start with at the moment? Gesture. Because gesture feels very Pluvium-ish in that sense. But for sure, it's definitely a very needed skill. The position of people depends on the tilt of the head. Right? Because it's indented inside, right? Oh shit, I kind of forgot the sleeve on the other side. Guess I'll just put it here. Whoops. Oh. Gestures, huh? It's definitely very necessary skill. Just trying to see if I can tie it back to anime somehow. Because otherwise it feels like it's just kind of doing normal studies. Which is fine, definitely, for sure. Because since we're trying to be slightly different from Pluvium. Oh yeah, like battle poses and stuff, that would be cool. This ribbon is pretty big. So even with the hand there, it should render it out. That makes things complicated. Yes, I'm still thinking about the process. Because gestures feel something like it's so fundamental that it should be its own thing, you know? It's like weekly gestures, this thing. And then on top of that, we have weekly anime related study. Something, something. Why does it look so jank? A little bit pinky. Succession of an action? Oh. あれお寿司さんですかこれはもしかして。こんにちは。コンコンコン。Yeah, honestly, my reluctance to the entire thing is mostly the looking and prepping of references part. Because right now I'm trying to not increase my workload too much. And having something that has to be updated weekly is a decent amount of work. In terms of keeping it in the back of my head. I'm just wondering if there's a way to set it up so that it can go automatically. If we have gestures, we can always... Yeah, if it's gestures... Like a separate gesture thing, we can always have that. You could? Yes, I don't really mind in terms of any of those ideas that you guys have. Anything works for me. Mostly I'm just concerned with reference gathering. Because it could be a lot of work. Man, I kind of don't want to just... I don't want to just dump this on you. Wait, I need to double check one thing real quick. Yes, there is a lot. If you're just dumping out the animation and doing a study of that, that's fine too. It's just yeah, I guess we can just start like that for now. We can do gestures. And then we can have an artist. So we can maybe have two separate weeklies. One is more fundamental, which should just be gestures. I think having a weekly gesture makes sense. And then I'm intending to, you know, if I'm not trying to finish this illustration, I would have also been drawing at least like 2 figures a day. So there, it is good in that sense. And then beyond that, we can have weekly artists that we can study. Which if people so wish to, they could also, you know, borrow that style and then use the pose and then do something beyond that too. And then that would be the humble beginnings of all the weekly studies. Yeah, we will have 2 types of weeklies. One that's more fundamental, and then one that's strictly more anime related. Be it a style study, or be it expression study, or be it anything else. Because I feel like if we are getting people to spend time on this study, I want to set it apart from Pluviums, because otherwise they could just go to Pluviums and then they can get more people drawing the same thing and get more comparison and more feedback in that way, right? There's no reason for them to spend time in this server. Um, it's not like I'm trying to keep you guys here or like trying to boost engagement here. The end goal is to get better, so that will go that way. Oh, my music ended. Yeah, something that is a little bit more. No, 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 stop, stop, stop. What is this? Almost started my Fontaine music. Mm-hmm. Postmaniacs. Yeah. Right now I'm getting carried away by the shapes and I'm not focusing on the art. The line art weights. The line weight. The line weight is getting thrown around. I'm losing a little bit of the vibe here. Okay, makes sense. I think we should just start trying. Um, Wait, if Postmania has a pose of the day, wait, hang on. Can I just hook up a bot that automatically pulls it down? I need a server to host the bot, but what does it look like if I just send the link in the chat? Does it work? Let me test it on my own personal thing. It doesn't quite grab it properly. But I guess people will want to go and view it anyways. We went from one weekly to 2 weekly, and now there's a daily and a weekly. Daily gesture thread post in the forum, and then a weekly anime study thread in the forum. These curves are kind of hard to do. Gonna need to focus a bit on the lines here. Get some line weight in. So hard to get the curves. I guess it's kind of decided then. I guess we can just do a... Oh, but a daily thread seems kind of like a lot of pain to set it up every day. Man, I'm just lazy.藤さんはまだいるんですか？いなかったら大丈夫です。お、いるね。いやー、来てくれてありがとうございます。こんな感じっす。配信はラジオなんかい。まあいいんじゃないんですか。声はあんま向いてないんじゃないかな。声持ってる人はね、金曜が来ますね。金曜しか来ない。学校あるので。キラキラ金曜日しか来ないんです。あ、なんかまた誰かいるね。何しとんねん、マジで。あざっす。あざっす、あざっす。でもこのラジオは、その話題がないんですね。Quick poses and line of actions. あざっす。頑張ってます。適当に頑張ってます。なんか言われそう後で。Oh my god, I connected the curve. What the heck? What in the world? These are phases for the first weekly art event. Yeah. Thank you, Walnut. Thank you very much. Ma, 今はね、そのウィークリーについてね、なんかウィークリーの、デイリーみたいなやつ、ウィークリーで、なんか絵の練習とかね、そういうイベントを考えてるんですけど、いろいろ話してたんですよね、さっきまでは。で、結論はありますんだけど、やるのはめちゃくちゃめんどくさがってる。私。Yeah, I need to give one out a raise. Yo, dude, man. I'm just pushing everything to Walnut. I need some time to warm up to the idea, to fit it into my mental schedule. Because honestly, I'm streaming anyways, and if it's as simple as just grabbing a post from daily post maniacs, I can just dump it in, right? And then for the weekly one, I think for the weekly one, we can then we can put it some more thought, which I don't really want to do. But if you're doing gestures, maybe we can find like really traditional, so-called like really good what do you call it, like so-called like traditional anime style artists like Ixie or like Mia's favorite animator, which I forgot his name again. Iwamura Ryo でしたっけ? And then, you know, we can do gesture drawings and then we can try and fit it into that simplistic, maybe simplistic isn't a very good word, but like simpler and cleaner style. Honestly, after drawing all these, so many illustrations, I still quite like the very simplified and the very so-called more anime style, not as realistic. Says the guy who's trying to be as realistic as possible in the rendering, but yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, man. Oh no, like I don't mean that illustrator. Not like Miyazaki, but like the one who did the illustrations for Oni-chan ga Oshimae. Oh shit. Dude, I've seen so many insane people on Twitter. Like artists post work in progress and the guy just comes in like, here, I drew it in the Ghibli style. Fucking AI generated. What are they doing, man? What the fuck? What's their problem? Just looking for a fight. Rage baiting 2025. check. Get me them curves, bro. Right. Are we making good progress? It's 12, and I guess we've got most of the lines down. It's not a bad progress for sure. Also, I just kind of realized I kind of fucked this up. What am I doing here? Why is it not going up? What? I think I forgot to bring over some layers. Ah, fuck. Definitely forgot to bring over a layer. It's not how it's supposed to look. Hold on. Yeah, what? これじゃないんだな。It's this one. Is it this one? Maybe it's not. It's not that bad. It just kind of looks odd to me, but it also doesn't necessarily not make sense, so. あ、今村亮、そう。What are the chances Mia is just gonna appear after we mention his name? His favorite animator's name. Yeah, actually for the first month, we can really just be like, you know, here's some gestures. Here's a, like every week we get a new sort of animator or artist or Japanese artist. And then we also keep the expressions just sort of like, you know, accessible there. And then people can be like, oh, this week we have these gestures that we have done. This is the artist. Maybe try to make your style look kind of like theirs, or like try to simplify your style based on what you can learn from these artists. Bonus if you can like add a facial expression and keep the theming consistent. You know, like this expression, maybe they're doing this pose, or this pose is like, you know, fitting of that expression, something, something, something. You know, get the juices, get the noggin running for simplification, as well as setting up illustrations, setting up themes, creating like mini stories in each simple illustration. And that kind of sets people up for success, I would think. And now weeklies are just a place for people to sort of receive a new challenge for the week, while still being very anime related. And then after that, we can do like, oh, this week it's like hair, so we have, let's say, ask, you know. And then it'll be like, okay, maybe it's a bit challenging, but ask is like, okay, see what kind of shapes and language you can learn from Ask's art. Here's a mannequin, do a gesture, and then we might need photo references with people with actual hair. And then like, oh, try to draw this in Ask's style. And then next week will be some other person with like a lot of good hair drawings. Could be Keith. Could be any of the artists that I have in the Giant S PRF. Can go through a couple of styles, simple styles, complex styles. Yeah. So we would just basically go through like simplification for a lot of different parts. For every part of the body. And then when we're done, we just loop. Because, you know, there's never enough practice. Or if we're done, we can always go on to something more advanced. Because up till now it's been line art. Maybe you can do rendering. Oh, it should probably be line art for one part, then rendering for. Yeah. I don't know. Is it always gonna be 1 week? I wonder like how feasible it is for people to be able to because everyone has different skill levels. Will 1 week be too quick for some complex stuff? But as long as we're not doing some kind of like a show and tell on screen, I guess it doesn't really matter. But would they feel left behind? Am I thinking too much? Just that because there's a community that is that this is meant for, I feel like there needs to be some thought into this, but I don't know if I'm just overthinking enough. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, I am the very much to think a lot first and do later. And then usually it means do never do. Just never do. Well, Silver, I'm only on Pinterest and Twitter. And Twitter is not really a place you can find things on. So, that's all the contribution I've got for you. My part. 妙に空いてるな、ここ。まあ、初めてだし、別にいいか。01. What is this layer 4? Why is it empty? Leg goes onto 1, check. Clothing goes onto 1, check. Yeah, sorry, Silva. I mean, like Pinterest, you can find stuff, but like the kind of content you want to find. Whereas on Twitter, it's more of just like you can see what one artist has done. You can't really search for like upper body only or stuff like that. If that's what you're asking about, might not be what you're asking about. Why do I need a new layer? What? Pixiv is kind of interesting. They only let you put 10 tags for your art. Guess it works pretty well at preventing spam. But when your art has a lot of characters, it's just you can't tag all of them. I think the glove is slightly higher, actually. I don't have a very clear view. Oh, not enough. Oh, hello, Rez. Good evening. My main stack is ready. One guy's pushed up. Eyes on standby. Everything is checked. Oh, I've got bad news for you, Rez. Sorry, I've got great news for you, Rez. You wouldn't believe what I'm about to do. But it is very tricky because, for example, if I leave it as is right now, right? If I do just reline it, it's gonna be very strong everywhere. There is, you know, losing of detail just in terms of how much I'm actually drawing, but the line itself, the thickness of the lines. So I was thinking this when I was in the washroom just now. The room where you wash things. What kind of things? Anyways, I think I should start drawing with the outline first of the flowers that is the closest or the ones that I want to emphasize, and then we slowly work towards. And every time we use different sets of different size brushes, which actually reminds me, I do kind of need to outline my character a little bit, so we have a little bit more vibe. Yeah, you would think that I would have gotten faster after all these flowers, but I have not. So yes, 3 hours is a pretty good estimate. So hope you guys like flowers, or rather my not very, rather imperfect representation of flowers. Now 何時だ ?12 か。なんや、忘れたわ。また忘れたわ。ないでないや。わ。Well, I guess people who have allergies to flowers. I heard a lot of I heard you can develop an allergy to like pollen. Not the country, but flower. God damn it. Yeah. As you grow older or something, or as you get exposed to it. I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly, but I thought I heard people like developing an allergy to like the pollen when they go to Japan and live in Japan or something, because every time they get exposed to it and then like they get a little bit more sensitive. And also apparently like allergies just sort of change as you grow older, which is kind of scary. So you can just one day wake up and not be able to eat the favorite thing you like. Not that it happens very often, but you know, you might do everything the same every day, and one day it just happens to like give you an attack, allergic reaction, and then you might die. Cool. You're allergic to pollen as well. Give her a little bit more presence. I don't know if this is a good idea though. I almost feel like I shouldn't make the lines thicker on the outside, but make the lines inside a little bit thinner instead. But one way or another we're doing this, and if it's not good we have to just hopefully learn from this experience and not forget about it. Yeah, this is why after clothing I need to just focus on doing a lot of like line art stuff. Get the process set. After all these years I still don't remember a lot of things. Ah yes, good night Kirio. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Hubba hubba. Lag, stop. Ah yes, I forgot the ribbon. Oh, since I do have reference, I might as well use it. Yes, all the best for his gestures. I've just 60 gestures every day. Oh my god. Just counting would make me feel like I can't do it. Counting it out is just so tedious. Indeed. But for your waifu you must. So all the best. I'm gonna need to bring out another one of my characters soon enough because my main one she's not supposed to have any expressions, so how am I supposed to practice it? So we need another one. Of course. Although if it's gonna be an hour, I might not be here in an hour, but I'll see you when I see you. Good night. All the best. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ah, crap. Where is what? Okay. What is visible and what is not? So this is not visible. Majide wakanne. Kore. Dang, Walnut. The dedication to the cause. You're more active than some community managers in their own communities. I'm pretty sure. Maple Story. Okay, that's not true. I don't really know, but like everyone's hating on Maple Story anyways. Azas. Okay. あんま印象は残ってんのかなこれ。もうちょい欲しいわ。どこ君かい君かい Where is my... Okay, bleeding is over here. Yes, bleed. Yeah, as in like the lines was bleeding through into a part that's in front of it. Actually, that kind of reminds me. I have a lot of I have some words that I use for myself and myself only. Because I've always used it when I was younger, and it just kind of stuck because it makes sense to me. But it doesn't really make a lot of sense if for everyone else, I think. Wait, is this meant to be a solid line? I think it is. Yeah, okay. Like I would call like vibe checks key checks because to me everything has a specific sort of signature, and I call that the key, and I call it like for a really long time. And I don't mean like the Chinese key as in like internal energy. I mean like literally the English word key, K-E-Y. Even though it doesn't really unlock anything, it just kind of exists. I don't know if I ever said it on stream. I would say a lot to myself if I'm just working off stream. But why do I have a cross here? So I think this part is filled up. And then this is just a line. Yeah, and then I will call... What else would I say? I would say... So in... Oh, yeah. I would say sequencing. I think I said this a lot on stream. It just doesn't make a lot of sense, but... Like a sequence of actions. So a sequence is just a sequence of actions. And I'm just using it in a very broad sense in that there's something I need to do, so that's a sequence. I think I need the other reference real quick. That's the hair only one. Yeah, folder structure is very bad. Hair, 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 hair. Give me loins. Actually, keeping the underside clean might also be a good idea. Let's just keep it clean then. We have like noisy up top, right? So you have noise at the top. And this detail is not quite there yet, because a lot of this relies on the rendering. But everything else in the middle should be kept as quiet as possible. So we have 1 focal point, 2 focal point, then 3 focal point. That's like a thing that's in the middle. There's no direct flow. We don't have anything pointing anywhere. But at the very least, they're framed in. And then background will be very bright. So it'll be dark. And then darker and saturated. Yeah, I still don't know about this part. 12:20. Well, it is time. What time is it, you might ask? Well, Time for the flowers. Everybody loves flowers. I'm thinking if I need to put the ribbon in here. Because it technically exists, but I don't feel like drawing it. I might edit in later, I think. Let's just keep this here. Oh, okay, I can emphasize this part a little bit more. Because this separates the face and everything. The hair. Let me put it here. It lost a little bit of the variation, but I think this is better. Oh, actually, I did forget something. There should be a group of hair that comes in a little bit more. Because of the character design. So I need to put that in, because otherwise it's not the same character. Problem. The target is below, right below the eye, so it should be fine here. Now we get to interweave it a little bit to get more complexity. Hopefully not too much. Ah, shit, I don't have Keith's reference in this one. Ah, yeah. ここでもいいんじゃないかな。Oh, I cannot see. Yeah, I always feel like if you cannot make the art look like the character that you're drawing, that is like the gravest sin. Ah, でもどこから来る？いや、でも言ってこれの方が上か。こっちの方が上だな。Let me grab. Yeah, it's more straight, but I think it's okay given the proportion, the stylization. So where do I put this? How noisy is this already? It's just getting in the way. Thank you. Ah, okay. No bueno, huh? But yes, bueno. There's an anime painter called Taiki, and they employ strategy where detail and noise is every outside the focal point that is found interesting and very quickly. Oh. I vaguely did that for a little bit, but it's not quite the like that advanced. I was just trying to keep the skin the only place that didn't have noise. Because it would give that skin an especially sort of clean and smooth look, just because it's the only part without noise. Wasn't Taiki brought up yesterday where they have like sort of their own exhibition? I think Uni was talking about that they have exhibition and there was like 3D printed stuff. Not 3D printed stuff, but illustrations where there's 3D elements to it, something. Remember we were vaguely on the topic of like very like complicated styles. Why am I seeing what layer is that? What? Maika. Okay, now the problem is who is on top of what? What do I want to be on top of what? This would have to be on top. Oh, hello, Uni. Uni summoned. Indeed. Hello. Now let's try to summon Redex. Let's try to summon. Let's see. Let's offer to the gods this illustration. Try to summon Redex. Not good enough, I don't think. Nowhere near good enough. No, because the art isn't good enough. For sure, though. This is over top. Okay, I will pull. But that does mean that this one line needs to get pulled onto the other corresponding layer here. Pull. Oh, the source, of course. 1 second. Let me pull it up right now. There you go. I don't know which specific one this is. I think it's pretty... Never mind, I got it. But I think it probably got it too. Ah, shit. I left that swords there for so long. Thank you very much. At the very least, most people can tell that at least I got the reference wrong. So hopefully no misinformation is spread. Come on. Anyways, gonna go washroom real quick, and then it will be flower time. It's Morbin time. Flower time. Welcome back to the land of the flowers. Let's see. Ah, of course. I know just the liquid to water the flowers with. Okay. 2 layers for the flowers, 1 for the front, 1 for the back. Do the front one first. Cool, cool, cool. Ask like style. I don't know if Ask would do this many lines though. I think they're a lot more concise. I literally did not I did not put any illustration from them because it's a assumption that everyone knows what their art looks like. I think it's not quite fair, but not quite fair to Ask because their style is a lot more masterful and concise. Oh, the Renji one with the glossy shading. Renji one with the glossy shading? Oh, this one. I don't know. There's more texture in this, I feel like. It's more scratched up. I feel like they're more scratched. Uh-huh. It is. Oh yeah, there is a lot of similarities. But the shapes are not as clearly defined, I think. Color palette. Alright. I need to magic the flowers into existence. I'm gonna get some outlines first. Is it O2? So rule of thirds. So I briefly mentioned that I did like online concept art thing, and then part of their environmental concept design class. Oh, I completely forgot. Do I want to have B5 as the comp? I think I do, but we got a lot less sky now though. Anyways, going back to my thought. This was apparently what this was one of the things that they thought is that the black lines are the basic rule of thirds, right? And then what you would do is you would choose your primary focal point, which would be here in this case. So you would choose one focal point, but what that does is it sort of breaks up the rest of the image into like its own sort of mini image, mini boxes, if you will. You can also group it this way if you want. But then after that, in each one, you sort of have its own rule of thirds. Right, so you can have your own sort of rule of thirds in here. And then now we have a flower, and it could be like a secondary focal point. I don't know if this works so well for an illustration like this. It was mostly meant for environments. So you will place your point of interest, like a building in the distance, your main character, and so on and so forth, based on this. So you will choose three sort of points. So since we have this here, we probably choose like here or something. So over here, it might be a lot simpler. It might just be a single strand of a hair that is glowing because of the sunlight hitting it. It could be as bright as possible. We can make it glow or something. And we have one flower here, and then we have the face and everything here. It's not very tight. But anyways, that's what this nonsense is. Now I do feel like we should expand up the push the canvas upwards a bit. Which is great because it doesn't affect us in any way. 100 seems a little too little though. So I'll ask myself what I use and what purpose would I use the categorization for, and if it stays true to its purpose. Oh, that's in reference to the Aslak style comment. They do an inner glow on the wings on the Renji reference. Yeah, everything is so nice and soft and glowy and like very bright. Let's do 285 here. Drop it down by 50. Now there's a bit more space and it feels a little bit less cramped. And then if I expand out the thing here again, it's a little bit closer to the face. Oh shit, I completely forgot that I wanted to turn the body a little bit more. I guess it's not too late. Oh, never mind, it's too late. Wait. Only if I can fix the problem is that this thing is gonna make me... Where's the anti-alias turned off one? Is it this one? Nearest neighbor? Oh, it is, I think. Oh yeah, I kept the anti-aliasing off thing. Let's see. Because it does seem oddly parallel to the sides. But turning it everything is not a good idea, so I will actually have to just turn the clothing if I want to do that. That'd be kind of hard. Would it make sense to really? Yeah, I think that's what I struggle with a lot still. Things that is like artistically nice to do, but isn't accurate, isn't like realistic. Where do I draw the line between realism and just doing things because it looks nice? I don't know. It doesn't actually bother me that much. This side of the body that kind of just lines up. I think overall is very, very minor. Okay, at this rate, we'll finish line art tomorrow and hopefully finish the base colors tomorrow. And then we're set up to begin rendering on Friday. Depending on progress. No, depending on if I play Repo or not before I start stream. Or in the beginning hours of the stream. It may or may not finish on Friday. Yeah, I think now that you have it all drawn, it looks good. When I actually saw the company, I didn't realize she was supposed. Oh, okay. Should I read Uni? I didn't realize you were the one who mentioned. I kind of forgot. I would like to tilt it. Don't get me wrong. I actually do kind of want to tilt it. I just don't really want to do it now. Now, if tomorrow I come in, I feel like maybe it'd be better if I tilt it. I would do it. But right now I'm kind of impartial. Doesn't seem like it's worth the time. And still a lot of stuff left to do. But yeah. Kind of vary the line weight here to make sure that it's a little bit more happening going on. What? Later on, Jen, the workflow. Yeah, like unless we want to end up doing a third time, I kind of have to be a little bit more mindful of what I'm doing. Not that that's necessarily gonna save us from doing a third time. Solved the math for composition more than the Fibonacci sequence and found the perfect guidelines, and the funniest thing, it became stiff. Yeah, later on JN, the workflow W, other RR, I see. Oh yeah, we need one of those. We need one of those that reads out the comments. I kind of forgot. Yeah, the last time I wanted to do a couple things over the weekend and I forgot. Because I was playing Genshin or something. Was I playing Genshin? I don't remember. Wait, I'm going too far. Wait, what? Where am I going? Um, One of them is speaker identification. Especially since it's going to be Friday soon. And then the other one is the readout thing. Yeah, the Fibonacci sequence. Is that what the golden ratio is called? Wait, are they related? Shit, I'm supposed to know this. From like a math thing point of view. Let's do 8 as well for this. English speaking chats would be risky. No, if I use like if I set it to Japanese language or something, it's just gonna read a bunch of gibberish. Hopefully it'll be safe. Max golden ratio, but of course if there's one perfect answer. Yeah, that is true. That's why art is so hard, right? Like, there's some rules, but if everyone follows it, then it kind of sucks. So everyone decide on the fundamental rules that is good, and then everything else is just a toss-up. And then we call it stylization and individuality. And then when people mess up the fundamentals too much and call it their style and individuality. Yeah, okay, no, they are there. Wait, no, how should the outline for the leaf work? It should follow the one, no, it should just be, it should demonstrate that as well. So actually, we hijack this. Should I add the zigzags? Let's not add the zigzags thing. Might make it too difficult to work. I get too fancy the first time we're doing this. Completion is still the main goal here. Lag, it's lagging. Okay, lag over. Much faster now that we're just doing the outlines for now. At the rendering part, the process will add another layer of softness and neatness. Yes, we're trying to play with this as much as we can. The level of details that's actually being drawn, the line weight that's being used. Then after that, the colors that's gonna be there. And then there's gonna be blurring effects on the really distant ones. as much as we can to set up differences in depth using the flowers, because they're the common theme, right, that goes from the front to the back. Hopefully that comes out good. There's definitely potential for it to do a lot for us. It's just whether if I can do it or not. And it's nice to know, you know. If it sucks, it's because of me. Either way, it's gonna be because of me, though. Come on. Oh, did the music end? No way! No way! What do I do? Oh, it's almost 1 a.m. Uh... Wait, where is my hometown? I cannot find my hometown. Bruh. Found it. Oh, are you dropping off or not? Have a good night. Good night, Walnut. あ、まだいるんだ。マジでラジオとして聞いてんのか？ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。 つでもいい。It should be 4, then it will go smaller. How does 2 look actually? Is it even doable? Oh my god. It is. I can use 8 over here. 8 or 7 will work. 8, 7, 6, 4. And then push. Cool. よし、次。どうでもいいのか。歌配信やばいっすよ。できたら熱いんだけど。ニコニコ流星群歌おうよ。できたら。激アツ。まあ言ってやりたいんですけどね。でもさすがにやるとしたらちょっとボイトレしたいんだよな。ボイトレ。やりましょう今。そんな精神強くないんですよ、俺は。 わあ、今ここで歌うね。ありますよね、そういうの。これからなんか VTuber として配信者として活動したいというのならね、無茶ぶり絶対来るんだもんな、いつか。あれのためにちょっと準備しないとっていうのか。いや、でも言って普通、そうね、なんか雑談配信みたいなやつで日本語でやった方がいいかな、最初は。ただでさえ話すもんが少ないからね、日本語にしたらもう終わりだわ。何もわかんないし、流行りの何か、そういうのも知らないし。これ OBS ちゃんと翻訳してくれるのかな。まあって何これ、まあ。ある程度翻訳してくれるわ。Translator is pretty good. It's doing his shit. Very good, very good. 私も、いや、さすがに、戯れを。まあ、日本にいる時点で私より詳しいっていう感じっすね。そう、字幕はすごいんだけどね。でもなんか、このせいで落ちてる気がする、OBS が。今日は2回目です。No, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything. It's just, maybe it's the way I'm speaking. I don't know. I'm not stopping at like very natural points. Maybe that's changing something, but, まあどうでしょう。あ、これダメなんだ。これはダメなんだ。いや。でも言ってお絵かき配信ですからね、字幕があっても誰が見るね。みんな多分作業中なんだよな。私が見る。見る必要ない人が見てる。ええやないか。ああ、めっちゃわかる、それ。勉強してる時もね、なんか字幕付きの切り抜き見た方が一番早いんですよね。上達するには。At some point, I'm gonna have to do like a pure Japanese stream. So you can get like Japanese viewers to come in. I'm very interested if that's gonna happen. If anyone out there wants to learn Japanese, very recommend VR chat. The friend I'm talking to is also someone I met there. Sushi さんもいつかラジオ来ます？話し相手として。毎週金曜日にはなんか、VR チャットで知り合った、なんか今アニメーター目指してる人とコラボみたいな感じでやってるんだね。でもあの人はちゃんとその専門学校通ってるからなんか結構そういうの情報がめっちゃあるんだよね。専門的な何か。めっちゃ助かる。Yes, Uni, if you ever go to VR chat, if you ever play VR chat, you need to check out a world called ENJP Language Exchange, I think it's called. If you just search ENJP like the alphabets, it should come up. That's where all the Japanese people go to practice English, and all the English people go to practice Japanese, and all the other country people go and practice Japanese. Yeah. And because it is more language sort of learning focused thing, most people there are very, let's just say, well behaved. If there's anyone who's not very well behaved, which there will be, they, they don't get to go very far before someone calls a kick. And those things tend to go through, so it's pretty nice, It's a little bit more civil compared to just your usual Black Cat, which is another world where there's a lot of English speakers. And then if you're able to read some Japanese, like kanji and like hiragana, you can also go to some pure Japanese people worlds. If you search in Japanese, like a lot of the worlds that comes up as Japanese people only, and then sometimes they have quizzes by the door, so they read out the weebs. Is that the one you usually use? That's the main one. So if you want to learn, that's the place you go. I just haven't been online in a while, so I haven't been. Way back in the past when I first started, there's this world called JP Tutorial World, where it's a tutorial world for Japanese people, tutorial for the game. So on the walls, you get like screenshots of the game menus and game settings, and it's teaching you how to set it up so that you can do certain things, and how to set it up to not do certain things, or like what you should do when, crazy people come around, that kind of stuff. It's since been upgraded a few times, and it no longer looks like what it used to look like, which is kind of sad. But that was my route. I would go in there and I would just sit down and listen to people talk, which is kind of creepy. And over time, you pick up some words. Over time, you pick up some sentences. And eventually, you start to be able to understand short phrases, sentences. And the more you listen, the more you end up being able to... ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。また今度 VR チャットやりましょうね。いいお散歩を。いい。Oh my god, 10,000 flowers. Come on. Should I break these guys into groups or not? It's not five very even shapes here. Ah, いいんじゃないもう。Actually, just as is, like this is not that bad either. Maybe I can just keep it like this. Because any more lines is kind of insane. Keywords and ignore the rest. Yeah, I think that is a possibility. Like if you separately do some grammar studying, and like let's say you're going through a textbook like Genki or something, and then you get exposed and memorize new grammar, I think it would naturally come to you when you're listening. So as long as you're still doing some kind of studying besides just listening to them speak, I think you will still make very good progress. If just listening, then you will have to, spend more effort during that listening, which I think is really hard. I was just telling my friend here that because she mentioned that the subtitles is very useful for her to learn English, I was also saying like the fastest part of my learning process was actually watching VTuber clips where they speak Japanese and the subtitles are in Japanese. Then you get to do one-to-one mapping, and you know exactly the words that you don't know. And, assuming that you have a way to be able to type it. Or nowadays you can take a screenshot and just send it to Google or ChatGPT. And you get to learn exactly what it is that you do not know in a very efficient way. That's also an option. You can read the kanji, yeah, like indeed, that is a tricky thing, right? Sometimes when you want to search the word and you don't know how to search it. 犬の散歩か。犬ね。That's kind of ugly, but it kind of works too. Fine. Oh, whoops. How do I minimize this? Big brain. Need some better leaf shapes. I'm very starved for leaves. What is good? Ugh.散歩させたいの。まあ、なんていうか、犬かわいいじゃん。Guy walking a dash. I'm really small, Shiva. I just imagine like Doge, but like really tiny. Inu wa eやんけ。Upper. やばいな、なんか言ってるな。Of course there are, yeah. 大気、大気。You can try saying wakotsu. Back in the very, very early days of streaming on Nico Nico Doga, when you set up the streaming, the whole setting up process is like a huge amount of pain. So when people finally get it set up and then they start streaming, people will say wakotsu, which is a short-term form of saying like good work setting up this stream. If I remember correctly, the full one is 枠を取るの？取るじゃなかったっけ？取る？ Because they call a stream like a frame, which is in Japanese waku, right? Like a frame, literally a frame, like a picture frame. So they shorten it to お疲れ様です。Something 枠を取るのなんかお疲れ様ですとか。Let me search it up. So they shorten it to wakotsu. So nowadays, if you say wakotsu, I think like more newer people wouldn't really remember. It's 枠取りお疲れ様。wakotsu. So in Japanese is this, and the full form is this. Let me send it. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's cringe. Like using pure, using Romaji. I don't know how they feel about that, but I think most of them have a lot of difficulty reading it just because it is in English, like alphabets. Oh, good night, Silver. I always see streamers struggling to read like the donations whenever it's in the Romaji. I don't think it'll be cringe, at least not to the streamer for sure. I think to them it'll be a very cool thing that they're reaching a overseas audience. Wakutori o tsukare sama desu. Wakotsu. More they repeat the word, more I understand it. Yeah, that's how it's gonna feel for a while. I still remember seeing like katakana. Katakana words are the worst because you don't know what they're trying to say, because it's usually a name or some borrowed words from some other language, which might not even be English. They have so many words from different languages. And then and there's also cases where they like kind of butcher the word a lot, like severe translated into Japanese English is Shibuya, which sounds like Serbia to me. So severe, Shibuya. Shibuya. Shibuya って何? Bye, Silver. It's not like cloud. Borrow words only, hiragana for actual kanji for vocab, yeah, like katakana, you're not wrong though. I mean, that is a basic rule. There's just a lot of nonsense that can happen. Like people would use, like for example, katakana, mostly borrow words or names. Whether if it's Japanese or not, but mostly for Western names. But sometimes they would use katakana in the language to show personality or to show that the guy is speaking in like a very robotic or very monotonous way. They will purposefully change that. And then there's also some really interesting things, like you know how certain characters end their sentences in certain ways. Usually it's like, you know, Naruto's datebayo, like it's a physical, not a physical, but it's an actual change to the sounds that's being made by the character. But there's also one case that I've seen where the only difference between these characters, the way they end the sentence, is that the last character is always katakana. Which I think is also very interesting. And then they'll type on fluent English word. Yeah. It takes a while to get used to. Like katakana is the worst offender. It's so hard to read sometimes. And even if you can read it, you don't know the intonation, correct pronunciation, and the up and downs, and then they still cannot understand you. Because it will sound like a different word to them. It's a lot of challenges. It's too evenly spaced, these flowers. The petit chauffeur. I'm getting a stomach ache. I might have to go. It is pretty late too. To finish up the flowers tomorrow, get more leaves in here. Get more variations. Mary honey. And then the base color goes in. Basic form goes in. Color tuning goes in. Then we should be mostly done at that point. Domo. De, ここ何もないの。当てほしいんだよな。So I need to fill out this part too. Ogi, this is probably where I stop. making good progress. There's just a lot of things to do. But anyways, thank you guys for dropping by, listening to me. Yep. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night. I always say that in VR chat. Because my name is all me, but anyways. Good night. いらない情報か、これ。おやすみ。